It was not the way I thought I would spend my 10-year anniversary, but work is work, and everything worked out well tonight, except for the weather. I mean, I can't really complain. It rained pretty hard for the first two races, and then the rain stopped. All the horses I actually drove raced good tonight. I think even that cheap pacer in the first, had I left a little bit more with him, I think he's a winner. 1-2 skip a few. Thought the hobbles were a little tight, plus she was standing on the cross ties for about an hour and 40 minutes. Can almost guarantee if we pull all those horses' bloods tomorrow, their muscle counts are just a tiny bit high. And it does play a role. So 1-2 skip few first over. Listen, the filly on the front beat her in Scioto and in the Buckeye, I believe, and quite frankly, not a horrible filly on the front. Half in a minute on a rain-soaked, hard as a rock track. First over, last half 59. Yeah, I would have thought she'd get up and run her down a little bit, but there was a lot going on tonight. I wasn't disappointed with her performance, and she continues to do her work as best she can. I can tell you this much: she tried all she could, and that's really all you can ask. I was a winner with some overnight horse. And then our late two horses were great. Frosty's Trouble got to stay in that class. Now, make no mistake, I would have been happy to get out of it. He's still learning as a horse. You guys can tell if you watch from even the first start where I butchered him to the next week where he kind of knifed through late, and then the next start he won easily with Luke, and then tonight just kind of didn't get into gear as quick as he should have. Again, another horse that stood on the cross ties. Usually when we warm up horses, it's 45 minutes to an hour, especially on a night like tonight where it's not that hot. It's just a nice night outside of the rain. When the rain stopped, it was just an okay night. 45 to a minute to an hour, and then the lights went out for a bit. And lo and behold, those horses stood on the cross ties for an hour and a half. And did it play a role in Frosty? Did the track play right? Listen, win, lose, or draw, you get beat fair and square, but the horse raced good. I thought he raced fair. He's not a sire stake horse. He's not a killer. He's just a nice horse, and he raced good again tonight. And then Purple Aura, we all knew. I told you guys for a while she's sitting on a big mile. I wouldn't say tonight was a big mile, but it was a winning mile, and very polite in the way she went about her work tonight. I said to Jason, maybe 4 days out, train her up real hard, sharpen her up real good for her next start, which is here in the Buckeye. I don't think that she was razor sharp tonight. Again, I can go back to the circumstances in which tonight's race took place. I wouldn't say she was razor sharp, but she wasn't bad. And again, winners win. She get up the inside and win. Give the horse the tools to win, the chance to win, the trip to win, and winning horses will win. So very happy with what I saw from Purple Aura tonight. You guys know she got off to a real rocky start this year with that bad tie-up before we got her ready. Then we got her ready, and just like our other two fillies, kind of felt okay, but not ready to go. It took a few starts, and now she's got her legs under her. I don't think she got a hold of Scioto's track. We're going to have to go back there, and when we do go back there, we're going to have to change her footwear. When you look at the way she just looked like a fish out of water last week, and then the way she went about her work tonight at home, it's pretty obvious she struggled a little bit on that surface. So we know that now. We'll put that in the memory bank, and then when we roll down to Scioto next time, we won't have flip-flops in any of those horses. So a good night tonight for myself. I think 5 drives, I had a win, two wins, a second and 2/3, and then Bomb Hugger was a winner this afternoon, raced fantastic. The only blip on the radar, the only blemish, so to speak, was World for Two, who's been fantastic. Somebody said he raced terrible. He didn't race terrible. Let's go easy for a second with the race terrible. There's a deer right on the road, little deer. There's tons of deer around here. He didn't race terrible. He just didn't race great. Now, is it the shipping? Is it the track? Is it the surface? It could be a million things. Now, Scotty and Megan did make some changes with him, and he thought that his gait was better, that he was pacing better. But I told him, I said, you learned a valuable lesson today. Just because mechanically you make, especially a pacer, pacing better does not mean that means pacing faster. It should, in your mind. 1 + 1 should equal 2. But in reality, it's not the way it happens all the time. So he'll go back to the Meadows and race there. Listen, the horse has got clear sailing in overnights, and Stallion C's already won a Stallion Series. He was 5th today. You know, if he has a decent showing in his next 1 or 2, I believe there's 2 left, then, you know, he's a sail away into the final, and then we just got to have him razor sharp for the final. Aside from all that, World for Two's a nice horse. Don't forget that. You know, that's the takeaway from today. Today, and I said this to one of our clients, today did not define him any more than his win by 5 lengths in 51 and 4, or 3, or whatever it was. These are not defining races. He is defining himself as he goes along. You're going to have good races. You're going to have so-so races. If today was a bad race, we'll be very lucky with World for Two. So again, when you're looking at the entire body of work for today, if World for Two is at the bottom of the totem pole, pretty good day at the office. 5th and 52. As I said, then we went to Bomb Hugger. They both raced virtually at the same time. Bomb Hugger was awesome. Mark drove her great. She looked great. Did her work very, very well. And then, you know, tonight's races at Northfield Park. A great mile by Purple Aura, a decent mile by Frosty, and a decent performance by 1-2 Skip a Few. So good day all along. Now, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm just leaving Northfield Park. Jason is still there. Brody's still there. Long day tomorrow. We got 16 horses to qualify. And then I have to scoot to the Meadows, drive Donat over, and drive our boy Dustin Hanover, see if we can get him moving forward right now. And then as soon as I come off the track with Dustin, I have to be in high gear, drive 5 hours back to Mohawk to drive Unbeatable Kemp. Sounds like a lot, but you know what? It really isn't. It's not the end of the world. It should be a lot of fun tomorrow morning. A little bit of stress, but a lot of fun. And hopefully a good rest of the day. Tons of horses racing at Mohawk and everywhere else tomorrow. Lots going on, lots of action for the stable. It's just starting with all the babies starting tomorrow, then Friday, then Saturday. Pretty much. We already got, I guess worth mentioning, also Silent Assassin qualified today, our first qualifier of the year at Grand River. Not a sensational mile. That track is really deep. Danny said she did her work. 2-3 last quarter and 31 in a piece, in with aged horses. But again, I know Grand River. It's like a beach, especially at qualifiers. So glad she got her qualifying line in. We'll look for Saratoga on June the 20th. So with that, I'll let you guys go. If you're up late, get to bed. If you're watching this in the morning, pretty decent day at the office. Take care, everybody.